Hey guys, Huz here, bringing you another video. Now, welcome back to another episode of Climb to Master. Doing a replay analysis episode today, and I will say there is going to be a couple episodes of replay analysis coming in the next few days. The next game, though, on Ezreal after this will not be, but then there's two fantastic games that I was like, I have to make replays of those. So expect those in the coming days. Next thing is if my voice is a bit weird, or you can notice me kind of like being a bit dry-mouthed, it's because I am. I'm actually recording this about an hour or so before I'm actually in the hospital. I am in for an endoscopy, which is a camera going down my throat to finally try and find what the problem is of my daily throwing up. And yes, you did hear that right, daily throwing up. It's not fun. And if you've been a viewer for a while and you've noticed a deterioration in my mood the last couple of years, that's why. When you wake up and the first thing you do is throw up, you're not going to be in the greatest mood for the rest of the day. So yeah, hopefully they'll be able to find an answer. You know, we've tried things here and there to try and help it, but never had the camera down my throat just to see what the problem is. But anyway, this game, sorry about that little intro, I just thought I'd mention it just in case I kind of muck up on my words because I'm very dry-mouthed because I'm not allowed to drink or eat for like 6 hours before. But we're against a Rumble. So some people say, you know, is Rumble good in mid? He's okay, but like the way that I've kind of always said it, and like this guy, you can see his name Equalized. Obviously, he's someone that plays a lot of Rumble. Obviously, Rumble's ultimate is called the Equalizer. Unless you're a Rumble player, proper Rumble player, there's no point picking in mid. And that's like the general consensus with like off roles anyway, or off champion roles, etc. If you're a Riven player, then yeah, you can make her jungle work, but should a normal jungle play Riven jungle? No. So Rumble kind of fits into that category. It can do okay, but it's not obviously his best position. Rumble likes to lane bully quite hard. You know, his flamethrower, I'm tripping up on the words already, is quite effective in trading against melee champions. And obviously, as I'm a ranged champion, he's not going to be able to do that much. You'll notice you also want Electrocute Ignite, so that's quite an all-in build. So yeah, it's probably going to be looking for big ult plays, flash on top with Ignite, and try to just, you know, murder people really quick. The team comp that we have running, and again, why I made this game, was our comp has some strengths to it, but it also has some weaknesses. Enemy comp, again, has strengths and weaknesses. So the enemy comp has a damage strength. So they arguably will deal a lot of damage in 1v1s, in 5v5s, not terrible at all. You know, Rumble Ultimate, Misfortune Ultimate, Vel'Koz Ultimate, all great team fighting tools. We get ganked, I flash away. I was a bit greedy, I think, holding on for the flash, but, you know, it happens. But yeah, they've got great damage. Our team also has great damage. But what is the differences between the comps if you wanted to kind of break it down properly? CC. So if you look on the enemy, or my team, sorry, on the right-hand side, the Master Yi's name, again, another guy that's named himself after a champion, Master Yi One Trick, cannot be slowed. So obviously the counter to Master Yi and like how he's not overpowered is you just CC him, you know, he has to go all in, he has to be in the middle of a fight, really. CC him, he dies really quick. If you look at the enemy team comp, they don't have CC. They've got slows, some slows, but again, the Master Yi's name cannot be slowed. So just keep that in mind when this game kind of, and I will say, goes bad. You know, this game, without, you know, hiding it, it's a pretty rough game. You know, I was streaming while playing this game, and it was a case of I stopped recording or doing a commentary halfway through, because sometimes, especially when I'm on the main account, if a game's going bad, the least thing I want to do is commentate, because that distracts me from playing. Sometimes I've just got to buckle down and really try to win the game, even if that means like the commentary goes out the window, because I want to try and climb. And Diamond, by the way, let me know if you're, again, there's probably not going to be many of you around, because, you know, percentages of Diamond, but they have seemed to do something about the LP gains in Diamond, or at least for North America, West, and stuff like that. So before, a couple weeks ago, I was gaining 16 or 17 LP, losing 20. Again, with a positive win rate, you know, with things going relatively good, there was just nothing you could do about it. It was just Diamond. Now, I'm gaining 20, 21, losing 15. I have also lost 13 recently. So it's like, what have Riot done? And again, I really don't know the direction of what they wanted to do with ranks. Like, this season has definitely undermined what Diamond is. And again, if you're like, what? There have been official statistics from Riot thrown out there that shows that Diamond 4 nowadays is the equivalent of Plat 3 last season. Like, that's quite a big jump. And, like, in percentages and how Riot have balanced the tiers, yeah. Diamond 4 now is Platinum 3 from the previous seasons of League. That's why, and literally, when I saw that, I was like, I'm right. The game quality has inherently gone down comparing to the rating you're currently in. It's all shifted to be worse to higher rating, if you know what I mean. So basically, in order to have good quality games in Diamond of what you're used to if you're a Diamond player, it starts getting better in Diamond 2. That is when the percentages of last season to this season actually start to kind of be the same. But before that, it's not at all. So yeah, I've been right in kind of thinking that the game quality's been pretty poop. But anyway, sorry, nothing really much is happening in mid lane. That's why we're having kind of these little conversations. Again, the main point of this game is going to be happening later, not early. You know, lane phase at the moment, it's going so-so. You know, in top lane, it's kind of crazy right now. Kills and deaths happening all the time. Bot lane's just free farming. Mid, we're just farming. Again, the one thing with Rumble mid, what I'd say, is I don't think I'm going to be able to punish it in lane. While Riven dies again. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to kill him. And that, you know, is that a problem? Potentially. Like, he's actually relatively tanky. Rumble's got a shield. So I don't think I'm going to be able to kill him. Orianna's, like, she can lane bully, but not something that can, like, out DPS her in the early game. If I go to try and bully Rumble, he'll just straight up engage on me and kill me. So got to be careful in that avenue. So yeah, don't risk anything, go for team fights, but obviously me not risking anything is also allowing a Rumble to also get to that team fight stage too. He could potentially be a gank target, you know, if we manage to get his flash out. When I have level 6 with mana especially. You know, relatively easy to kill at that stage. But yeah, mid farm just kind of chilling. I don't think anything crazy is going to be happening in mid lane soonish. Again, I'm on 100% health. He's 2/3. He goes for an ultimate play when I'm at 100%. He goes for a flash ignite play. So I spoke wrong, I guess. Something did crazy happen, and that was a very odd play by Rumble. So again, this guy, Rumble main and all that, named himself after the champion. He's a lane bully in top lane. He is probably quite in his how he's playing right now. He's probably quite frustrated. He's probably kind of bored. I'm not giving him trades. I'm not giving him poke or harass. So he went for an all-in when I was literally at 100% health. That is the sign of a little bit of desperation. And yeah, nothing came of it. I didn't have to flash. I just ran away. The end. So that should, in theory, open up a chance for, you know, a gank. Anyway, down here, while there's nothing in lane happening, Morgana gets killed by the Kha'Zix. Master Yi gets the Vel'Koz in the backline. Yi flashes onto the Kha'Zix. Trap doesn't continue the Master Yi, even though Kha'Zix got trapped there. He didn't have Q up, that's probably why. Again, level 6 is a XP disadvantage for the Master Yi. Just to point out, there are spam pings of help, and some people are like, Huz, why aren't you helping? There is no reason that I'm going to help that. Again, literally no mana to do any spells. You know, my base ability costs minimum 45. I don't even have that. So literally, and I'm low health too. So again, they could be spam pinging and anything like this, but there is literally no point for me to go over and risk death at all. And you can see Marcy even pinged me, like, help. Literally no point. And again, that's where if people had like map awareness and like complete, and again, it's not their fault. I've done it. We all have. When you're in your little thing in river and you're seeing the Orianna not move, you're like, why isn't she moving? When you know, oh, she literally has no mana and she's low health. Oh yeah, fair enough. So I think that's just that kind of situation. But yeah, not a great situation in bot lane. All three of them end up dying, and I think only for the Vel'Koz. Returning to mid lane now, though, got my, obviously, book Lost Chapter, which will help with the mana. And again, one of the annoying things of laning against a Rumble or something like that is, again, he's a non-resource champion. He's got heat, which, you know, heats up, but he hasn't got, like, mana that runs out. He hasn't got, you know, even energy, really. It's a non-resource champion, so his only resource to stay in lane is his health bar. So that's where you should be looking to poke them out, but you can't always. Again, Orianna doesn't do the best with poking people out early. Anyway, bot lane play happening. Again, nothing happening mid lane, so we'll have a little looky-looky. Musty coming in, gets himself one kill, and that's probably going to be that. Rumble returning to mid lane, obviously buying himself a tier 2 boots early. The sole reason for that is because he's a melee versus ranged. He needs to get on top of me to do any damage. Again, a lot of people don't understand the importance of Rumble's auto attacks. When he heats up, and the overheat happens, your damage comes from your auto attack. It's a dot or something that you get when you are overheated. So that's why you'll see Rumbles always want to be near his target. no matter where he is. So right now I am pinging because he went top side, so I'm expecting him to show up in top lane. You can see right now, how am I reacting to that? I am pushing the lane. The least thing you want to do is when you're chilling in mid lane, your lane opponent roams, they get something, and then you're still like in this general area in mid lane. It's, again, trust me, it's the most frustrating thing. Say if you're a top laner, you get ganked by the enemy mid laner, and then you have a little look in mid, and they haven't pushed it at all. You're like, whoo. Again, pushing if you don't know why, just to kind of just say the point. Two things, why. One, it's denying farm. So if the minions go under the tower, then you're potentially denying them farm that they're no longer going to get. If they can go for a play in top lane, for example, kill the enemy top laner, return to mid lane, and hardly miss any farm, that's obviously not very good. The other reason is because if the enemy is doubting, meanwhile, Rumble's running into our jungle, Olaf's backing up, so this isn't going to be a play, we just need to play safe, get out of this situation. But, sorry, struggling at the moment. The other one is if the enemy is doubting their roam, that they're like halfway to top lane and it's like, oh, should I really go for this? And then they see their lane opponent push the wave into the tower, they're going to like think about it a little bit. Anyway, Volkod's randomly in mid lane, gets them knock up. I'm going to probably go a bit aggressive on him because, again, I've not done anything this game. Going to go aggressive. Rumble misses Misfortune ultimate and Vel'Koz flash. So that was a 1v3 situation, technically, and we come out with a kill. That's the first thing I've done this game. Again, being patient, you know, pays off. I'm an Orianna mid to late game champion. And a 1v3 situation. And also, from that, Misfortune also dies because she didn't have flash, and she was in the general area of my Master Yi and Morgana. So that actually was a really nice turn situation there. Pretty happy about that. And again, was that worth it? Yeah, I think it was worth the flash. As long as I don't get punished in the next, you know, however long, for not having my flash up, then that play was pretty much worth it. So top lane obviously has gone pretty bad this game. It started that they were trading blows, but then it turned out that Riven is just not doing great. She's nearly half farm. I come over here to try and help her, but she basically gets one-shot by the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix flashes ahead of me. Now I'm dead too. And again, it was that sad situation of it was the stereotypical Riven player. It was the, like, I'm just going to keep basically feeding and not change my playstyle. And, you know, they're really frustrating to play with, unfortunately. And I never know why people are like that. Because, again, if people kind of have a step back and a little think, then surely they want to win. Surely they want LP. And that type of playstyle is only hurting you. But it might have been around this point that I kind of was like, oh no, I know what it was. It was literally we're about to watch the point that I say, all right, we're going to stop the recording. We'll stop the commentary. Ready? This. That positioning. That Caitlyn's positioning made me kind of go, right, I'm just going to like not commentate anymore and I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing. It was that. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm teleporting in to try and save the tower. Rumble comes with a big ulti. They get a nice Morgana bind there. We're going to just try to survive as long as we can to, you know, keep it alive. I get a double ultimate, which is nice. Olaf goes straight for me. Master Yi's attacking with the tower pressure. He goes down. Olaf will go down eventually, though, to the tower after a bunch of flashes happen. So, again, a not great situation. Someone did get the Caitlyn... No. Oh, yeah. Someone got the Caitlyn earlier. My bad. But, yeah, pretty bad situation. So, the game's looking pretty grim at the moment. You know, gold lead to the enemy team. They're doubling kills. But again, like I said earlier, Morgana going for a re-engage, looking actually pretty good right now. That's nice. Misfortune ultimate coming down. Morgana needs that bind. Not going to get it up in time. Caitlyn's coming in to try and get a kill if she can. She does have ultimate up, but she doesn't use it. She was trying to get at the tower, then maybe go for the ultimate. But there you go. Meanwhile, by the way, this whole time, Kha'Zix has simply been top lane. He's still got Rift, Eye of the Herald, but hasn't used it. So again, what I said at the beginning of the game is the strengths of Teamcomps. So Riven roams all the way down to bot lane, by the way, to get that kill. The enemy team comp, obviously, as I mentioned, a lot of damage. Especially, like, top lane's gone terribly, so this Olaf has built full damage. Normally, an Olaf might not build full damage. This one has. So what can you do? Well, obviously, a general rule of thumb when a game is going bad is try to delay it. And again, it's not always a great plan, because what happens if the enemy comp outscales you? Outscaling, obviously, is a problem. Because, you know, you can just get outscaled. They do more damage in the late game. The champions are simply stronger in late game. But you have to remember, it's solo queue. Mistakes happen all the time. People don't play perfectly. So there is always a chance in the game to win it the longer the game goes in. When, you know, both teams have items, if someone gets picked, they're going to die probably pretty quick. Again, also with the comp-wise in this game, meanwhile, Caitlyn gets caught by the Kazakhs. There's a fight happening in our own jungle. Again, Infernal Dragon is up. Not looking like we're going to be able to get it, I don't think. Rumble Ultimate kills the Master Yi. Obviously, a very squishy champion is a Master Yi. So we're going to probably just have to back out of this situation, unfortunately, and give up the Infernal, which again is late game scaling, obviously giving percentage AD and AP. But like I said earlier, the enemy team comp is very weak in one specific area, and that is CC. They have an Olaf Q slow, they've got a Kha'Zix W slow, they've got Rumble E slow, and maybe the ultimate slows, I don't remember. Misfortune E slow, and Vel'Koz's knock up, little bit of a knock up, and the Q slow. So one hard form of CC, the Vel'Koz's knock up, that's not great for late game. So again, they can have all the damage that they want, and you can see Kha'Zix is popping off, getting one-shots here and there. They can have all the damage what they want, but if they can't put it down because they, you know, they can't stop us in our tracks, they're going to struggle. Now, what happened here? You can see Caitlyn just died again. This game transitioned really weird. So basically, it started with the Riven tilting, but then eventually she stopped typing, or like she just kind of chilled. Like she just stopped tilting and blaming people, and she just kind of played the game. But then what happened, unfortunately, was then the Caitlyn tilted. And it was kind of like out of nowhere. So now you can see she is 0-5, and you're going to see a pattern of this Caitlyn mispositioning for the rest of the game on purpose. I'm pretty sure all of us did at the end of this game, without giving the result away, report the Caitlyn for intentionally feeding. Because you'll see several times in this game, she is standing somewhere by herself. We are pinging her back away. She doesn't back away and gets killed. That happens several times. And in this rating, which is like Diamond 2, Diamond 3 MMR, that is inting. Practically, it's a form of inting, because you're being given the information and you're not reacting to it time and time again. If it happens once, then it happens, but it happened like 3 or 4 times this game. And so anyway, a trade happened. We killed Rumble. I think Riven died again. But again, delaying the game. If the enemy team isn't all alive, then it means they are not all ready to push. They're not all ready to fight. So that is something. So you can see on the minimap, bottom right, Kha'Zix is walking into our jungle. So we are aware where he is right now. And again, he is the fed one on the enemy team. He's the one that is looking for those picks, looking for those one-shots. So again, just outnumber him as much as you can. So, they are waiting, they're looking for the trap. He is walking in our jungle again. Pretty ballsy play, and obviously he wants to be this aggressive. He's going, like, instead of running away in 1v3, he is going all in. Unfortunately, I don't get my shield off in time. He does go down, but gets a kill, which again shows how kind of fed he is. 1v3 still comes out with a kill. But yeah, like, again, that type of play can become predictable. You know, Kha'Zix fed, Assassin fed. He wants to pick people. So again, another weakness of the enemy team comp, and this is going to be very surprising to some people, is team fighting. And what it's like, Huz, they've got a Misfortune, Rumble, Vel'Koz. What the hell do you mean? Again, part of team fighting isn't just damage, it's about stopping people. It's about, you know, holding them still in the damage, or being able to keep them in a certain area. The enemy team basically have none of that. And they have a fed assassin. Obviously, what generally counters assassins? Grouping. They want to be split. They want, obviously, to get people alone. Anyway, I go for another play on the guy. I get a really nice fadeaway kill. So that is the second kill that I get on the Vel'Koz. Because, again, I just kind of want to get some kills, and he's free. He keeps mispositioning and just kind of not reacting to my ball. So I'll take a free kill for sure. And obviously, some people may say, is it worth going, like, flashing and that for a support? Again, yes and no. If I get punished, then probably no. Like, if I get punished in the next few minutes for not having flash, then arguably no. But if nothing happens, then very much yes. And again, it slows down the game. The enemy team literally can't push without Vel'Koz. They are now outnumbered type of thing. So yeah, it is something that you should be looking to do. Anyway, so there's another piece of information. Again, we knew Olaf was in the area. She did get pinged away, I'm pretty sure, and she just stays in that general area. So it happened in bot lane. It's now happened in top, and it will happen at least one more time. So again, we're just trying to hold off the mid lane right now. Me and Morgana get some nice damage on the Rumble. Would have been nice if I had ultimate there. Olaf gets killed by the Master Yi. Kha'Zix goes for an all-in. Again, you can kind of see a little bit of desperation that they're going for big tower plays and stuff like that. Because again, they kind of have to. Again, these players are Diamond 2, Diamond 3. These guys know the comps. They know the weakness of what they've got is lack of CC. And Master Yi, let's face it, is basically a ticking time bomb. Anyway, Master Yi go for a play. I put my shield on him. He was so close So close to being in my ultimate range, but not close enough, so we both do go down to the Rumble ultimate, which does a lot of damage, by the way. So we do die. So again, not looking great. 3 deaths, well, 4 plus the Caitlyn that died to the Olaf in top lane. I think to 1 or 2 deaths on the enemy team. So not worth it. Tower pushing happening. Caitlyn getting a nice return kill there, so that's something. You know, just clearing up the farm so the enemy team can't continue the whole way. Dragon is coming up, which is only a wind dragon, so not an infernal, which we may need. Damage return from the Misfortune a lot higher than the Caitlyn, obviously, right now. But, again, you could argue that Caitlyn outscales a Misfortune. She's going crit build, which obviously crit scales very well. Crit scales well against squishy people. It doesn't scale well versus tanks. And if you notice, the enemy team doesn't really have a tank. Olaf is starting to build tanky, but he's built 2 big damage items. So he's actually squishy for an Olaf. So the enemy team is relatively squishy as well. So I think I might be running to the blue buff, or am I running... Oh, no. So Vel'Koz and... Oh, okay. So we'll explain what happens here. So we do die. I'll show you in a second. So Master Yi is going to pick himself up a double kill. So my death, by the way, worth it. So why did that happen? And I will say fully, I put my hands up fully, and I accept why. So... Caitlyn, alone. You see those pings on the minimap? See that I'm pinging 3 pings in a row. This is the 3rd time now that she is standing in lane by herself when we have vision, which we had vision of Kha'Zix right here. So yeah, I am not looking right now. So again, hands up. I made a mistake, but it's because, again, I know it's an excuse, but it's because 3rd time in a row, she is just staying in a lane by herself. So we've already watched what happens there. Now what happens here? So she's backing away, not quick enough, gets basically one shot by the Kha'Zix. So again, was quite frustrating. Trust me, the whole team was getting frustrated because we were seeing glimmers that we could turn this game. Especially when I think we might have been typing in chat like, hey, they don't have CC, it's a Master Yi, we can maybe do stuff. And again, this Master Yi, from memory, said nothing the whole game. Just didn't type, just said nothing. That type of solo queue player, which I do not mind at all. I actually quite like those players because those are the players that don't either rage nor tilt. And again, usually it does go hand in hand. Usually the people that type a lot, and again, I've said it and people kind of gone, yeah, you're kind of right about that. If you're ever in a champion select and someone is overly friendly and like really jolly, that's the first person that's going to rage. First person. So it's the first person that's going to rage, tilt, call people names, and they're the happiest person in champion select. So I do not mind people like the Master Yi, who just says nothing. Fine with my book. Anyway, I'm going to go to top lane just to cover off the tier 2. Obviously, the tier 2 is getting quite low. Going to be a little bit careful, but like not too careful. I am under a tier 2. Get that cleared, and just going to walk around the corner, doing a bit more farm, Rumble Ultimate with the Ignite, with the Flash, and I get basically one shot. So again, not much I could have done about that. You know, when he's using all of his abilities, literally, Ignite, Flash, Ultimate, I'm dead. And again, if that's the type of play that if I had Flash just quickly to get away, then yeah, we could have done something about it. But without Flash, I'm basically dead. But this is obviously the negative of what the Rumble just did. He put all of his eggs into the basket of killing the Orianna, and now he can't get away from the Master Yi. So was that play worth it? Arguably, not really. Why? Well, now he doesn't have Flash and Ignite, and he didn't really gain anything. He got 1 kill for a death. He didn't get the tower. He didn't get bonus farm. So he just traded when, again, the enemy team probably should be looking to end this game. Weird position by Caitlyn there. Has to use heal because she just went in a weird position. But yeah, so again, game's still not looking great. We're about 6,000 or 5,500 gold behind. Again, you can start to see the Master Yi is getting a little bit strong. Farm-wise, we're doing okay. You know, we're in the mix of the highest farm in the game right now as Orianna. Why? And if you notice, I have gone to side lanes a little bit more. I said I wanted to do that, you know, in previous commentaries. I am trying to do it. And again, I am still plagued by the feeling of if I go to a side lane, my team's just going to get caught. We're going to lose the game. But I've got to do it. You know, I've, for maybe the past couple of years, starved myself of late game farm because I'm not doing side lane pressure. So Baron is definitely on the table right now, for the enemy team especially. Obviously, they can do it pretty damn quick. So are they doing it? They are on the Baron right now. We do have vision of it. I'm going to try and make myself, you know, wander over there. Rumble instead goes for an all-in. He is going to get himself, I think, potentially killed. Enemy team obviously went for an engage and left the Baron. So I actually think that was a really bad mistake by Rumble. So he goes, again, he just sees me and sees red, goes for the all-in anytime he sees me. And what did that do? Well, it killed him, but it also, I'd say, cost his team the Baron. They were doing the Baron quite effectively there, and they just had to stop. Master Yi going for an all-in, goes to the backline, kills the Vel'Koz, then going on the Olaf, gets killed by the Kazakhs. He's not dead yet, dead right at the end there. I'm just floating around trying to, you know, help a little bit, but we are going to go down in the end. So again, a little bit greedy, I'd say, from Master Yi to go back on that play. I'd just, you know, we should have taken the Rumble kill and be happy with it. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's slow that down. So again, press the wrong button. So, bad fight. Olaf is going to continue running into our territory. I don't really know why, if he was like, I'm going to chase people down, or I don't know what he was trying to achieve. So I still had ultimate in this whole thing. Going to go for the kill. He does flash, and we managed to get him with his also flash being used. So that's nice. So again, that makes that team fight even, question mark? Yeah, we get 2 for 2. So again, that's a change. Before we were losing team fights or losing deaths, you know, just negatively, we just traded evenly 2 for 2. So there is a kind of, you can start to see potentially a little shift happening. So build wise for me, I haven't noticed, you know, said anything about the build. Standard build. Like, it's just going to be Ludens into Zhonya. Obviously Zhonya quite effective against the enemy team. They armor the immunity if you're standing in top of a Rumble ultimate and you just need that immunity, or a Kha'Zix is trying to assassinate you. So it's just a general build. That's why I haven't really mentioned it. You know, most of you kind of like go, yep, that's a standard build in this game. Riven's build, I will say, is the new one that has recently, I think, gained traction. It has partial crit in it. I'm not a big fan of that on Riven. I don't think that should be her biggest strength. Okay, so Vel'Koz, by the way, going for an all-in play on the mid laner. I will say that partially could be, and again, Zhonya, as you can just see, saved my life. I wouldn't even be surprised Vel'Koz went for that play, which was a bad play, because of me killing him several times this game. So Master Yi going to finish off, does get the clean. All that play, by the way, happened because Vel'Koz went for an engage by himself as a support. So again, worked out for us wonderfully. I have Zhonya's, which again, like I mentioned, immunity helps a little bit here and there. But yeah, I would wager he did that because he was annoyed that I killed him twice. He's like, oh, I'm going to kill her. She's killed me a couple times. So now this opens up the Baron for us. Again, Caitlyn getting the tower before coming over. Questionable, we can get the tower basically any time. Rumble obviously going to try and go for a hero play. Really nice spell shield there by Morgana to stop me getting slowed so I could get to him quick. And we do just get to him, and we get the Baron. Boom, game turn. And again, all that happened because of the Vel'Koz play. And again, he didn't kill me. Again, I've done it, you've done it, everyone's done it, that you go for a play and you're like, oh my god, they had Guardian's Age, or oh my god, they had GA, or Zhonya's, or whatever. Constantly be looking at the items that the enemy team have so you don't get caught out. That Vel'Koz just got caught out because he didn't know I had Zhonya. Guarantee it. Or he thought he had more damage to burst me. But, again, he's support Vel'Koz, not mid lane Vel'Koz, so, yeah. Anyway, enemy team go for a questionable play. And again, the weird thing I'll say about this Misfortune build, and by the way, I know it's popular, so I'm not saying it's wrong, but to me, it still has a contradicting aspect to it. Again, Caitlyn in mid lane by herself, by the way, she does get killed. Again, she's giving the strength that the Kha'Zix wants every time. But I still find it's a contradicting playstyle. It has partial auto-attack damage, and then it has partial spell damage. So, me and Morgana are both shielding the Master Yi. You're going to just rip through the enemy team. And again, we spoke about it earlier, folks. I missed my ultimate, but that bind hits, and I go for the Q, get the kill, double kill on me. Spoke about it earlier, folks. Enemy team has no CC. They cannot stop a Master Yi. So, they can't slow him, because that's all what they have, and Master Yi ultimate stops him getting slowed. So with a Spell Shield on Morgana, any type of CC that they have, even Vel'Koz E doesn't work. With a Orianna Shield, I'm giving him more health, I'm giving him the utility of my W. They can't deal with it. The only way they deal with it, partially, again, is what the Caitlyn has been giving them the whole game, is the Caitlyn is constantly being alone, the Kha'Zix is getting those picks. So if Master Yi did that, the Master Yi was alone this game, they could make a comeback. But you can see, we are clumping. The four of us that I would say want to win this game are clumping permanently because we know that's our win condition. Again, frustrating game to play, obviously, because you can see the victory in your eyes. You're like, oh, damn, this is going to be a win. But there's one person that's like, oof. Because even the Riven, you can see, has made a bit of a comeback. You know, not a massive comeback, but a bit of a comeback, which is good. And then as for Orianna, Orianna's a great champion. Again, I've recommended her time and time again. I think she's brilliant in pretty much every aspect of solo queue. She can hold her own in the 1v1. She has amazing damage in late game. She can do well against like okay matchups or most matchups. She can play against anything in mid lane. You just got to adjust your play style. And you're always going to be relatively useful. Even if, let's say, you have a bad game and you're not doing a lot of damage, well, you still provide a speed up for whoever you're giving the W to. You're giving them a shield. You're giving them CC by ulting. If you hit an ultimate, yeah, it might not do damage if you're weak, but it's going to CC people. So again, a lot like vision. You know, you can throw your ball in different places and give vision so you don't get caught out. So a lot of pluses for this champion, in my opinion. So this is questionable right now. So again, we do want to be grouping, but we don't want to be silly grouping. There's the Kazakhstan spot. Again, how do I know he's going to be there? That was my blue trinket, by the way. Because where else is he going to be? He's a fed Kazakh that wants to pick people by himself. He obviously is going to look for people off to the side. That's why you don't give him that opportunity. That's why you don't give assassins those opportunities. So we just got to group, and we'll probably run through them in a team fight if we're honest. Again, we could wait maybe for like a big objective like a Baron, but honestly, I don't really think it's needed this game. All right, so Riven going for an engage, and what you're about to see is a very questionable engage. So we have no vision here, and she decides to go 1v5 all in. Again, no idea. I flash away just to survive as much as I can. Master Yi near the mid lane, and we are, I think, going to back out. So yeah, no idea what that Riven just did. Again, don't think she knows what she just did, and I think that's why it went bad, if I'm honest. So, rip. So we're going to be careful. Enemy team would most likely see Kha'Zix is making his way to the side. Enemy team most likely will try and punish us in this situation. Again, we're a person down, so we're going to be really, really careful. All right, Spell Immune Shield coming out. Obviously, that's now going to be on cooldown. Caitlyn getting poked out. Kha'Zix comes from the backline, does get the Caitlyn. He will not die. Does die to the Master Yi. Olaf going for me, so we'll watch this in two ways. I'm just trying to deal with the Olaf. Going to kill him with the Morgana. I managed to survive. And then let's watch it again from the different avenue. So, let's watch it again. So, Kha'Zix kills the Caitlyn. She had both summoners up, by the way. Master Yi gets to the backline. He is now to the other back line. He flashes to the Rumble. Rumble flashes away. Can't get away. And again, why can't they do anything? Because he cannot be slowed. And they have no CC. So again, he's full health, by the way, somehow. So Olaf went for an all-in for me. We had enough damage to kill him. Again, why do we have the damage to kill the Olaf, by the way? No magic resist. Again, his itemization this game, I'd say, is pretty weak. He built to obviously do well against Riven, but not arguably win the game. And again, remember, folks, that was a 4v5. Well, actually, that was practically a 3v5 because Caitlyn didn't do anything in that whole fight. She had both summoners and didn't do anything to survive. And Riven died before the fight even happened. So that was basically a 3v5. Morgana, Orianna, and obviously the main star, Master Yi. So again, I'm not a fan of Master Yi, but this is a great example of a game that you make a comeback in because of Teamcomps. If the enemy team had any form of hard CC, they might have been okay. If they hard CC'd the Master Yi, then killed him together with a lot of their damage, maybe they could have done something. They had no CC. And again, this was a game that we had a questionable Riven. We had a inting, basically, Caitlyn. You know, again, I know a lot of people go, oh, she's not running down. No, but you can definitely tell she's not fully trying. So again, pretty good game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, a little bit of comeback, and hopefully this is the lesson of, oh yeah, CC and having a balanced team comp is pretty damn important. So again, some people say, you know, what champion would I replace with what? If you took out the Vel'Koz this game, that like he went 1 and 8, so dying a lot, giving us gold. He did have 15 assists, but if you replaced him with a Nautilus, for example, this game probably would have been completely different. Like, completely different. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button down below. Again, just to remind you guys that tomorrow's second video of Climb to Master is a live commentary. I play Ezreal, and it's a great game. And then the two after that will probably be replay games, because I think it's really worth it. And just to give you a little bit of a hint, one of them I play Udyr. And yes, not clickbait, I play Udyr on my main account in the jungle. So that'll be in the next couple of days. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.